running fast from the way it was. Jump quick to a paycheck, running back to the strip club. I'm never going back, never going back. No, you can't make.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Jenny's Random. Welcome back to a brand new video. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It is free and it's fun here. And if you're not new here, hey gang, welcome back. Welcome to a brand new video. Now, as you can see, I am in my perfume spot, which means I am doing a perfume review. Now, this one is going to be a little different than my last video because I am trying to... well, not trying. I am breaking up the perfumes that I get so I can give you a full review after I wear the fragrances. The last one I did, I gave you a, I didn't even do, oh yes, I gave you a first impression of what I thought. Unboxing, first impression of when I smelled it. Did I like it? Did I get the notes from the first spray? So, without further ado, let's talk about today's fragrance. Now, this one, I must say, if you are a unisex girl or guy, this is the fragrance for you. Now, I am going to preface this by saying this is really for my girls, but it can be for my guys too. Well, really for my girls. This is a bold fragrance. Now, if you are not a bold girl that can handle a fragrance that leans more masculine than feminine, then this is not the fragrance for you. I am a unisex girl and I don't mind wearing a fragrance that is masculine. I don't do it often. A lot of my fragrances that I do have are unisex, that are more feminine fragrances, but I have been stepping into the little fragrances that have a more deeper tone, more gourmands, more patchoulis, that kind of thing. And patchouli, there are a lot of feminine, I mean, patchouli is in masculine and feminine fragrances, but heavy patchouli in the masculine. From my experience, I'm a newbie. I am a novice when it comes to fragrances. I just really started getting into it, so that is my take on this fragrance. Now, I love it. I love it. I love it. But this is not a fragrance that I am going to reach for every day. This is one where I want to be like a showstopper. I want to turn heads. I want, you know, to be mysterious. I want to be bold. That is what this fragrance is. Ladies, ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about Jusbox Black Powder. Now, this fragrance is bold. This one, I mean, it's bold. When you look at the packaging, it's got the disc at the top. It's got that nice wide bottle. Even the amber color of the fragrance, that to me, that spoke to me. When I saw this, I'm like, oh yeah, that's going to be heavy. That's going to be a heavy cologne. I'm just going to call it what it is. It's unisex, but for me, it's more of a cologne. But when it dries down, it's unisex. This is delicious. It's delicious when you first spray it on. Okay, but before I get into what the fragrance gave me, when I rate my fragrances, I'm gonna rate it in 5 different categories. Looking at my notes, so I'm gonna rate it out of uniqueness, projection, compliments, longevity, and value. So those are the 5 categories that I'm going to rate the fragrance out of, and it's going to be from a scale of 1 to 10. So Black Powder, let me give you the notes. So the notes in this one, the top notes are blackcurrant, crisp apple, and pimento. The heart notes are suede, tobacco leaves, and frankincense. The base notes are sandalwood, tonka bean, and patchouli heart. Patchouli it is through and through. Now, let me just remind myself what it is. Now, this one, I wore this one today, so I could give you a true what this perfume / cologne gave me. So I'm gonna spray it so I could remind myself what I felt when I first sprayed this. So it was on the first, when you first spray it, you get that woodiness of the frankincense. Frankincense is it's a woody kind of, it's sweet, it's woody, it's smooth, oh my gosh, and it's heavy, but you do get, when you first spray it, you do get that sweet suede that at the top note, and you do get that black currant right off the top. It's just, it's nice. It's so nice. Now, they describe this fragrance as provocative, and that it is. It's based off of Kurt Cobain, so this is a fragrance that's based off of rock. And you get that black currant when you get from the top. I don't know if I get pimento. I could see where pimento could be in this because it does have that like kind of spice to it off the top. Tobacco leaves, I do not get. Sandalwood, maybe. It's more frankincense and suede than sandalwood to me. And then for me, the dry down is very similar to the initial spray, because when you do spray this, to me, you get the black currant and you get the crisp apple. The dry down is all black currant and all crisp apple to me. You do keep the suede, the smoothness of it. They describe this as a leathery fragrance, and I could see how it's leathery because when you wear it, it is leathery. Yes, it is leathery. Oh my goodness, y'all, I was smelling this all day long. I was smelling this, and it's a beautiful fragrance. I felt unique wearing this. I felt like I smelled like the best person on the subway. It probably was, because I mean, if you're in New York, you know what the subway can smell like. But I felt like I smelled like the most unique person in the room. I feel like if I wore this out on the town, if I was, you know, out having lunch, or if I was out, this is an out and about kind of fragrance. It's not an office type fragrance, although I did wear it to the office today because that's where I was going. I wore it for the purpose of doing this review, but this is a fragrance that I would wear if I was spending the day out, you know, shopping, or really going out to eat with friends. This is a good nighttime fragrance. This is a good night out with the girls, night out with the guys. If you're going clubbing, if you're hanging out at a jazz club, if you're going to a concert, this is the fragrance. This is it. This is a I'm stepping out kind of fragrance. This is it. I'm throwing on my leather jacket. I'm putting on my heels. I'm putting on my going out shoes. If you're a guy, I'm putting on my expensive belt. I'm stepping out. This is that fragrance. So let's talk about a little bit more about the notes. I don't get tobacco. This is smoother than tobacco, y'all. This one is leathery. And I'm looking at my notes because I really want to give you what they talk about with the notes. Suede, black currant, and that crisp apple, because it has a tartness to it that doesn't make you, that kind of cuts into that sweetness. So it doesn't give you a headache, because it is a patchouli fragrance, and patchouli, I find that they can overdo it with the sweetness, but because they brought in that black currant and that apple, it cuts it down, and it doesn't give you that headache. Now the dry down, it's still on my sweater, it's still in my hair, it's still on my skin. It's I'm still getting that black currant and that apple. I love this fragrance. I love it. Again, it's not something I'm going to reach for every day. It's just something that's going to be a special kind of fragrance for me. So let's get into the ratings. Euniqness. Now here is where I was the most critical of this fragrance. Euniqness, I gave it a 7 out of 10 because I feel like when it comes to this type of fragrance and smelling it on a guy, I would not be surprised to smell this on a man. What brought the score up is the fact that this is a unisex fragrance, so they have opened this fragrance up to a female. This fragrance, because it has that black currant and crisp apple, it's softer. It is nice for a female such as myself, so that's what brought the score up. For a man, I feel like this is a similar fragrance to something else I smelled before. I can't put my finger on it. I will have to go and smell all my husband's cologne to see what I have smelled. It this smells like, oh my goodness, I would have to put the name of the fragrance right here. That it gave me that is what this gave me, only a softer feel. Projection, 9 out of 10. And that's only because I don't know why. I mean, I don't know what a 10 out of 10 would be. Projection is a 9 out of 10 for this. I don't know what a 10 would be because it did project. I was smelling it throughout the day. Other people did smell it on me. So I will give it a 9 out of 10. Compliments. So I put it at a 7, but I'm going to go ahead and give this an 8 out of 10. And that's only because this is a surprising fragrance. And I'm rating this as a female. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because I will not get a lot of compliments on this fragrance being a female. I feel like people would smell this on me and not know how to react. I did get quite a few compliments on it, but you know, if I had to say it, you know, it would be people that, you know, would be on the more unique type of people that gave me those are the type of people that gave me, I think I got 3 compliments on this fragrance, and they were not, you know, the average type of people. I don't know how to describe it. But I felt nice. I was like, hell. And one of them was at work, so I did get compliments on this fragrance. So 7 out of 10 on compliments. Longevity, 10 out of 10. I put this fragrance on at about 6:30 a.m. It is almost 6 p.m. so I'm getting at least 12 hours out of this fragrance, and I'm pretty sure this one will last at least I would say at least 14 hours because yeah, it's starting to lighten up a bit. So I would say 14 hours out of this. Value, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. So that is my take on Jusbox Black Powder. If you do not have this in your collection, I implore you to get it in your collection. This is not expensive by my standards. I know if you are a niche person, this is not going to be expensive. This retails for $215. And if you get it on the site Twisted Lily, sometimes they do offer coupons. I know I used a coupon on this, so I got it at a bit of a discount on Jusbox. I don't think they give you a discount on that website. If you don't have this in your collection, get it. I know if you buy more designer fragrances, that can be $215 can seem a bit more expensive, but it depends on it really depends on how you shop your fragrances, but it's worth every penny. And ladies, if you are not afraid to step out of the box on this one, get it. And I promise you, you're gonna love it. Wear it as a date night fragrance, and I promise you, you're gonna be all over you, honey. Anyway, that is my review, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have much more coming up in the fragrance world. I got one back there that I'm going to review next. Anyway, I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.